right? And so when I told him we're leaving, he said, "You're insane." I said, "Yeah, but we're so unstable. Stability was not a thing."
I love helping them in a different space that does not involve me being in a courtroom.
Whether you kicking and screaming, flagging down planes, and calling in the Coast Guard, babe, we're still gonna get this hair done. And so there was a conversation of the N-word being used here. And you know, in the States, we're about ready to knock somebody's head off. I know. Okay, that is just not me. I'm big on karma and how I treat others. And so the first thing I did is I have conversations consistently with my client. You're not here to perform. You have value and you're here to give that value. Every once in a while, mommy might get cracked in the face with a bottle, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not that way. They see a savior complex. Honey, I don't need to be saved. Okay, help the bear. And now hold on, stay with me. So I must not be that crazy. Right. It's like I'm insane, especially when I tell people, so is this Mexico calling us back?
Welcome to the Continental Collective, where we uncover stories of people building lives beyond borders. Real stories, real people, real conversations about freedom, reinvention, and what it means to create a life on your own terms.
Today we have Taz, a mother, an entrepreneur, and a hair braider in the community in Mérida, Mexico. She has built community around beauty, around Black women, and around the staple of our hair, the crown that we wear on our head. It creates community for other Black women seeking beauty, community, and connection abroad. We're going to explore what brought her here, how she built her business, what it's like being a mother abroad, having an interracial relationship, and the lessons that she has learned along the way. That after though. Okay. Welcome, Taz.
Okay, Taz, how are you doing today?
It's always a beautiful day in Mexico.
Always a beautiful day in Mexico. Okay. You can't go wrong, even on a cloudy day. I love me a cloudy day, right?
Yes. We get a break from the sun, so I'm not mad. We get a little break from the sun.
Get a little break from the sun.
Yes.
Did you ever, before coming to Mexico, think you would need a break from the sun?
No, but no complaints because we originally come from the cold Midwest. Okay. So I will take a UV of 8 over negative 40-degree weather.
Any day.
Any day.
Any day. So what was life before Mexico? What were you doing?
I was a 22-year-old social worker for the Department of Children's Services.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was 12 plus hour days, Sunday to Sunday, practically. And I was also doing hair and nails, licensed manicurist and braider, traveling between residential facilities, doing senior care, and offering manis and petties to the senior community for the state of Tennessee. So that was, about what I was doing before Mexico.
Okay. She was doing a lot. She said licensed.
I'm a busybody. If you can't tell.
I need to come get my hair done. Put me on the books, but she be so busy. All right, we're gonna talk about that after because we ain't got time. Okay, so before moving here, did you ever imagine yourself living outside the country?
No, but I'm such a traveling spirit that I knew that I was going to be somewhere, and wherever I was going to be, it was going to be somewhere where no one could imagine that I would have gone. Ever since I was a child, when I was in Indiana or when I was in Wisconsin, all of my teachers would tell you, she constantly said, I'm not going to be here for long. So when Cat Williams was like, you can keep your blanket and your pillow because I'm not going to be here for long, that was me. Okay, that's me. I'm not going to be here for long. My husband and I got married in Mexico 3 years ago now. And so after I got pregnant with my son, it was like no-brainer, right? No-brainer. It's time to go. So why not come back to a country that treated us so well for the short little time that we were here when we were here the first time.
Okay. So that's the reason why you chose Mexico or this city?
So the reason I chose Mérida specifically, this is real Gen Z of me.
Yes.
Me and Chat had a conversation. And I said, Chat, I am a 25-year-old about to be first-time mother. My husband's a white man. We're about to have a biracial baby. The U.S. is just not for us. So give me 3 places that are. And so we had Spain and Portugal, and then they gave us Mérida. And I said, we got married in Cozumel. So is this Mexico calling us back? because we felt so at home in Cozumel. And we're not the cruise port type of people. We're going outside of the cruise port.
Mhm.
I need to be eating off of somebody's stand walking down the
that's
street.
right.
Don't give me no menu in English. I'm going to figure it out. So it was like a no-brainer.
Yeah, like you said, you were already here. You had a wedding, and I feel like it's something about that Mexico energy.
Yes.
It calls people back, especially like Mérida.
I'm a Cancer, so I truly feel when I stepped into the water in Cozumel, I said, this is, because I've been in a lot of water, but when I stepped in that water in Cozumel, I said, something's different. And the first day I went to Progreso, when I got here, the first time I went to Progreso, I stepped in that water and I instantly felt at home as I did in the water at Cozumel. Any beach that I've been to in the States has never made me feel the way that I felt in the water in Mexico.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I hear, that the water here is very like healing.
Yes.
You know, it has a
Yes.
healing energy. A lot of people, they come here for the healing energy. So it's like when you were in that water, when you came to Progreso. Did you visit before you decided to move?
No, I did not. I am the poster child by Walk by Faith. Like, everyone looks at me and like I'm insane, especially when I tell people when I'm having a conversation with new clients. And they're like, we get through half the conversation and they're like, how old are you? Oh, I'm 25. And they're like, you're a baby.
Yeah.
My thing is the way that I grew up, life was so unstable. Stability was not a thing. And so I told my husband when we first got together, I said, listen, we will never be at the rock bottom that we were in as long as we stick together, right? And so when I told him we're leaving, he said, you're insane. I said, yeah, but we're 8 years down the line and you still live to tell the story. So I must not be that crazy.
Right. So you guys were together for 8 years?
Yeah. So
okay.
I'm like, just keep following me. Just keep following me. Just kidding. I know he's like, you're insane. I'm like, just keep following me because I hear it. And I know you don't hear it, but I hear it. And we're going to be fine.
Yes.
As long as I have gel, my manicure tools, and my combs, and this shampoo bowl behind me. And as long as my husband has his nails and his screws and his screwdriver, rent is paid.
I know that's right.
And we'll be fine.
So you kind of are already on that, but the people want to know, that's a reality of moving. Like, so what do you do and what does your husband do to sustain your life out here? You guys have a baby, you know, you have
Big
to get,
baby.
Yeah, you got to get to the coins. You gotta,
Mucho grande, bebé. Okay, bebé es frío. Okay, he is fuerte. Bebé is fuerte. Okay. The homie is a unit.
Yes.
And now we're eating solid, so he's genuinely eating me out of house and home. So how do I afford that?
A growing boy too? Well, you're just getting started. You just like wait till the teenage years.
Yeah. Yep. I'm already preparing myself. So I am a communications coach online. So in English, I'm a public speaking tutor. I teach youth and adult professionals how to talk, how to have a conversation. I have a lot of Black women who have a hard time with feeling like showing their personality in the professional space is unprofessional. And so I have conversations consistently with my clients, especially my adult clients, of, you know, you're not here to perform. You have value and you're here to give that value. And so that's me as a professional communications coach. And I also am a manicurista. I am also a manicurist and a licensed braider as well.
Okay, she does it all. So, what does your husband do?
He is a general contractor. So he was also a general contractor in the States. And so, like I said, as long as he has his screws and his screwdriver, he is good to go. But he does a lot of handyman work here. You know, the plumbing here is not the best. So he has done a lot of work for the community and he genuinely loves it. We both have our professional degrees. I have a criminal justice degree and he has a business degree, but he's not a suit and tie guy. And I've learned that although I love the kids, I love helping them in a different space that does not involve me being in a courtroom. So
I know that's right.
Yeah, that's our little shindig.
So when you moved down here, You braid hair, right?
Yes.
Did you immediately see a need for your services down here when you came?
Okay, so I am big on research. Have a criminal justice degree. I'm big on research. And so the first thing I did, because I never want to step on somebody's toes, I never want to squash nobody's hustle. Okay, that is just not me. I'm big on karma and how I treat others. And so the first thing I did is I went on Facebook, I joined the different Black Mérida groups, and I said, hey, I'm a licensed braider and manicurist. My husband is a general contractor. Is there a need for us? How can we help? Right? And so, of course, you got your responses of, oh, there's braiders here already. But then you got your responses of, we would like a braider who is okay with having prices that are, you know, a little bit less than what our monthly grocery bill is, right? So you had folks saying, hey, if I pay 1,000 pesos for a month of groceries, I don't want to pay 1,000 pesos just to get my 4-year-old's hair, natural hair braided with a little bit of beads. And I get that.
Yeah.
I absolutely understand that. Even when I was in the States, my goal was not to bleed people's pockets dry. It was to help. Because as Black women, we already have a hurt behind our hair, right? And so when we don't feel and look our best, then we kind of walk around and we look the way that we feel. And so my biggest thing, especially with the babies, because that's such a hard thing to instill in childhood, is that positivity behind your hair. And so I said, okay, well, I have no problem with braiding the babies for $30. That's no problem at all. Whether you kicking and screaming, flagging down planes and calling in the Coast Guard, babe, we're still going to get this hair done.
It's still
It's still going to get done. But I took the time to assess the need, and I made it very clear, hey, I'm not coming to step on any toes. You know, I understand that there are other service providers and we can all eat, right? So just allow me to kind of move myself into the mold, and, you know, who is for me will come to me. Who is for us will come to us.
So alignment. So this place is more like alignment. Your business is more like alignment.
Yes.
I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that. You just go with the flow. She walking by faith, y'all. She did what I did and just showed up. At the end of the day, we're like, when you in your 20s, you can make risks like that. Like,
hey.
We're just doing it. We're just out here living life. Like,
I never want to say, well, I wish I could have did that, or I should have did that.
That's my main thing. I don't want to be on my deathbed like, man, shoulda, woulda, coulda, like, because you can.
Yeah.
This is us in our 20s. Well, I've recently hit 30. R.I.P. But
let's have a moment of silence for our girl Penny.
We had our moment of silence, but being in your 20s and using your free will, just even if you're 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, use your free will, because you don't want to sit here wondering what if you fail, you can always go back. You can always return. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, there's no point in saying, oh, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, I shoulda did this, I shoulda did that. As long as you're not harming anybody, like she said, stepping on anybody's toes, doing anything reckless like that, you know, you will. If this is what you want, God, universe,
it's gonna make it happen.
It's gonna make it happen.
It's gonna make it happen.
Of course, there's gonna be struggles, but there's struggles where you're at, working a full-time job, 2 jobs just to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? So you come down here and use your skills, and you can definitely make it happen. You can make it work. You just have to have that hustle in you for sure. So you're doing this with a baby, right?
Yes,
so
baby.
So baby. So how is it raising a child down here?
Yo, being a Gen Z parent is so fun. Okay, hey, hang in there, okay? Stick with me. Let me tell you why being a Gen Z parent is so fun. I get to hear Curious George every morning. I get to hear Mickey Mouse every morning. I don't hear no hooting and hollering. Homeboy wake up and he play by himself. Every once in a while, mommy might get cracked in the face with a bottle, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not that.
Oh,
I'm a boy mom, and certain things that she's signing up for. Okay, I'll take
if you like it, I love it.
But being a parent has been such a blast, because my husband and I, we had several conversations before my son was born, and we made it very clear, anything, and parents, if you see this, we love you, we do, but anything our parents did, we vowed to do the opposite. right? Because we don't want our child to have to rely on his future partners to heal him.
Yes.
That's my job as your mom. My job is to ensure that as an adult, you don't have to heal yourself.
Yeah. We're going to have to circle back on this one. We need more time.
If there needs to be a part 2, there's a game. But yes, my goal was to ensure that that smile never leaves my son's face. His nickname was Smiley for a reason. If you can't tell, Mama has a pretty 32 herself. So I ensure that I get to see all of the beautiful 8 teeth that my son has on a daily basis, consistently. Even when he's crying, I find a way to make him laugh. Because está bien. It's okay.
Todo bien.
It's okay.
So what would you say some of the advantages are of raising a kid, and maybe some even disadvantages of raising a child here in Mexico? How old is your baby?
He is 11 meses, 11 months.
Fresca. Okay.
Yeah. Him and Mommy share the same birthday.
Oh, you guys have the same birthday?
Yes. 2 weeks late on my birthday. He will never live that down. He's going to hear about it to the end of his days. But the advantages of raising a child in Mexico, everyone is so kind to him. Yes. Everyone is so kind. Oh, of course, they walk up to me and they go, "Su bebé or you nanny?" "Mi niño." Okay, this is my baby. Right. But I get it. If you look at him, I get it.
Yeah.
The curls is the only thing saving me right now. But everyone
is pretty loose.
I prayed for them.
They're real loose now. I don't know.
I prayed for them. But everyone is so nice to him. Everyone is so welcoming to him. They speak to him in Spanish, in Mayan, whatever, and they help me as well because all the abuelitas, they yell at me. The abuelitos too, they yell at me too. And they're like, "You bebé es yucateco. You speak Spanish." And I said, I get it, right? But the way that my mind is set up, okay, un poquito, we're working on that. Right. I can order my food. Okay,
it's like having to do the daily things,
Yes.
With learning Spanish. Like it's a brand new language. Every word, when you learn a verb, one word turns into 200 words. So give me grace. Yes. I'm giving myself grace because anyway. But yeah, you're working on it. Your baby will be bilingual. Yes. So all the good things.
I will say cons. As far as cons, I really don't have any, and I know how that sounds, but life has just been treating us so well here. Everyone has been so welcoming. We go to the park and little kids come up to him and they're talking to him in Spanish. They don't see him as a biracial child. They don't see him as a black child, a white child, whatever. They don't see him as having a white and a black mom. They see him as a baby.
Yes.
As a being, and they treat him that way. And everyone who walks up, "Oh, hermosa bebé," oh, he's going to be so overconfident, and I love that for him. Yes. Because every time someone sees him, "Oh, hermosa bebé, bonita bebé," and he's just giggling and smiling, and I'm like, you're going to be so full of yourself, and I love that for you.
Love that.
No one's going to be able to tell you a thing.
Nothing. Not even mommy. Even mommy.
And that's okay.
So you said that they don't see your child as, being mixed. So how is it being out here as an interracial couple?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I know that there are some folks who may have had experiences, but I allowed myself to see things from a different perspective, right? And so there was a conversation of the N-word being used here. And, in the States, we're about ready to knock somebody's head off for that, right? But it's not that here. And now, hold on, stay with me, right? Because the word is not a derogatory word here. Now, that doesn't mean they're just walking down the street calling us it, right?
Yeah.
But it's not... It doesn't hold the same weight as it did in the States because they're not saying it in a manner to be disrespectful. It's not a manner to be disrespectful.
Are you talking about the word negro?
Yes.
See, but that's just the word for black.
Right. And so as a foreigner coming and you hear it, you're like, oh, immediately. But it's not... They will tell you, hey, we don't mean to be rude. We don't mean to be disrespectful. This is just our culture. This is our language. And I get it. Absolutely. Right. And so at no point have we felt at all, unwelcomed. Even when I have had the curious question of, are you going back to your country? I politely say, absolutely not.
No.
Okay, no, no gracias. Okay, yeah, absolutely not.
What do people often assume about interracial relationships that aren't true?
I will say that our dynamic is a little bit different, right? And so usually in interracial relationships, especially when it is a Black woman and a white man, they see a savior complex. Honey, I don't need to be saved. Okay, help the bear. I don't need to be saved at all. I genuinely, I find that there is a little bit more support, okay?
Mhm.
And I've had, and this is no shade to partners of my same complexion at all. I've had partners of my same complexion, but I find that there is a struggle of power there.
Mhm.
When it is time for me to lead, my husband allows me to lead. If there is an area where I do not feel sufficient, here, Jesus, take the wheel. You can have it. Here you go, right?
Right.
You know, there's that balancing act. And I've found in other partnerships, there's not an understanding that it has to be a balancing act.
Yes.
There's someone who wants all of that balance,
Mhm.
and there's someone who's not willing to give all of that
Mhm.
balance. Me, coming from the family that I do, I come from a family of women, and I grew up seeing relationships and marriages not work because the woman is so used to leading and the man is so threatened by that. So they say, you got it. You got this, big dog. You can do it all by yourself. You bad, go ahead.
Mhm.
My husband, on the other hand, he's like, I know you a strong, independent woman, but when it's come time to open that pickle jar, I know you're going to be right on over here. So go ahead and be strong. And you know, I say, okay, right. But it's that understanding and that mutual respect. We have a mutual respect. There are areas where he is very knowledgeable in, and there's areas where I'm very knowledgeable in. When I say, hey, you need to post on social media, he goes, you know that's not my forte. I go, okay, well, throw it in chat. And he go, you know that's not my forte. So I may send him a prompt like, hey, you should probably put this in chat, and it will definitely help you. And then you can take that and put it in social media, right? So it's just that balancing act of, okay, I know that this is a strength for you, and I know that this is a strength for me. I know this is not a strength for you, but it's something that still needs to be done.
Mhm.
So how can I help you get it done?
Yes.
And he does the same thing for me.
And that's how it should be. It's a partnership.
Yes.
You know? So, and that's good that, you know, that you're down here. You don't really have, you know, too many eyes. It's not as, I mean, it's more normalized in the States too, but, you know, there's still like a stigma against it as well. So, you know, people are wondering, like, when you move and live somewhere else with an interracial relationship, how are the eyes? You know, how are people treating you? All the things.
No, everyone thinks it's beautiful. They're like, you guys are so beautiful. I'm like, you know. I know.
Yeah.
Okay, keep telling me. Thank you.
So, we're running out of time, but I'm going to get into the Continental 5.
Yes.
So, these are just quick answers. So, why Mérida?
Safety, security.
Safety, security.
What has this place given you that you can't find anywhere else?
The knowing of there's not anywhere that I need to genuinely be if I don't have to, right? So it's okay to take a day of rest.
Yes.
I work Sunday to Sunday, okay? So there are times where folks are like, you just need to take a break. And trust me, when I do, I will. So like I have Monday off, right? And Monday, the whole day, I'm like, I feel like there's something that I need to do. And that's still, you know, something that I'm working on from the States. Because it's that constant, I call it Midwest guilt because I'm from the Midwest. That constant of, yeah, I'm sick, but I can still work, right? Whereas since being here, I'm like, no, I'm going to stay in my bonnet and my muumuu for an extra hour and continue to doom scroll through TikTok because there's nowhere that I need to be right now. There's nothing that genuinely needs me right now because I need me right now. And I can't feed anything else until I feed myself. So that's my biggest takeaway from here. Truly taking care of myself.
And I feel like that's just the Mérida energy too. It brings, like, if you give into it and you surrender to it, it's like a calm down, slow down. Even I interviewed local. She's from Mexico City, and it was like that same energy, like in America, like go go go. So even her being here, so even other Mexicans being here, it's like a different energy. Would you choose Mérida again?
Absolutely.
Oh, she said that quick. She said
Absolutely. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Recommend.
The beach is a 15-minute ride. $2 gets me round trip on the Auto Progresso to and from the beach. Okay, I can go to my grocery bill is 500 pesos every 2 weeks. I might be able to stretch it for the full month depending on which mercado I go to. Okay, and if you don't know, 500 pesos is $29. Are you okay?
I'm looking for the back of my ear. It's a whole thing going on over here. Look,
500 pesos is $29, right? And so being able to feed 3 people on $29 for a full month.
A full month? Where you be shopping at?
Our fruteria, our Dono Salsa, we barely go to the big grocery stores. I mean,
it depends.
If I
be wanting like spinach and stuff, it's like the fruterias, it's not like fresh. So
yeah,
I do go into those markets and things like that. Okay, so what does home mean to you now?
Anywhere where my baby is.
Ooh. She got that bad. She got that
anywhere my boy is home to me.
So you just survived the deep questions. We could have went a little bit deeper, but time is not on our side. So I want to do this thing. It's called Crossing the Borders. It's really fun questions.
Yeah.
Rapid, one answers. Let's go. So 3 words to describe Mexico in general.
Peaceful, loving, and cultural.
Favorite local food?
Tortas.
Ooh.
Arrachera.
What's the most underrated thing about living here?
Oh, the community.
Community.
Mm-hmm.
What was the biggest culture shock?
The community.
The local community or Black community?
The local community. The local community. I didn't expect to be as welcomed as I was.
Yes.
Immediately.
So, if a Black woman is visiting here, what's one thing she would need to know?
Stop putting your head on a swivel. It doesn't need to be on a swivel.
Not in this city.
It doesn't need to be on a swivel.
Yeah.
Okay? Girl, nobody is coming to get you at all. And if they are, they're taking you to go eat. Okay? Never turn down food, honey. You are always hungry, even if you're not hungry.
Let's go with my 100 pesos. Let it get out your face. And stay here forever or move again?
This will be our home base.
Okay, that's what I say.
This will be, yeah.
Home base for sure. I definitely want to go other places, but home base for sure. This is the... Okay, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to the Continental Collective, where we uncover stories of people who have redesigned their lives across borders, okay? And maybe even build something intentional along the way, okay? So if Taz's story resonated with you, if she inspired you, made you feel like you could do it, raise a child, come down here, find love, get married, whatever the thing is, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, okay? And where can we find you, Taz?
You can find me on Facebook at Transformations by Taz LLC and on Instagram at Transformations by Taz. Or you could just Google Transformations by Taz and everything will pop up, babe, because we are official.
Official. Okay, so her information will be tagged below. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for your time. And I will get out your hair because she late to some stuff.
Okay, yes, to be it.